Welcome to Sabrina's Craft-nanigans. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Why, hello, pumpkin. How are y'all doing?
Welcome to Craft Your Stash with our host Sunflower Tasha DIYs and Sons Art. Our theme is pumpkins, so let's get our pumpkin on. Hey y'all, so I'm going to be a part of this collaboration, Craft My Stash, and the theme is pumpkins, and this is perfection, because let me tell you what, I have just a little bit of a pumpkin problem. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Okay guys, if you missed the thrift flip road trip, you gotta go watch, because I just made these precious little pumpkins out of spindles. Like if you saw my watermelon one, I'm not gonna do anything with those. These are just totes adorbs. Sabrina's Craft-nanigans. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Ooh. Okay guys, here we go. Fast and furious. I got a pumpkin stack that I've had in my stash, a little witch's hat that I've had for a couple of years. Finally found those brooms at the Dollar Tree. The purple material's Dollar Tree. The stickers are Dollar Tree. The mop sitting there is Dollar Tree. There's some more pumpkins. I'm taking my stack of pumpkins. Oh, the only thing not from Dollar Tree was the witch material. I got that from my friend. That gave me all her craft stuff if you've heard my other videos. So this stack of pumpkins I'm going to turn into something special. I'm going to paint the top pumpkin with not that color. It's going to be something different. But first I painted it with Mod Podge so that the paint would stick. Then I ironed my material because I want to put that on my middle pumpkin. So I ironed that while the Mod Podge was drying. Now I am painting it, but I chose Cashew in Waverly. And I'm just painting the whole top pumpkin with my spongy. And I do give it 2 coats, but I didn't make you sit through all that. I cut me off a square out of the purple fabric, and this is going on my middle pumpkin. And I'm using, it's Elmer Purple Disappearing Glue, but it's in a spray bottle. So I was just seeing how this works. Didn't work too bad. It's sticking, and it's sticking good. The only thing is, it does leave like a little bit of a white residue on the outside. Once it dries, it does look better than it does now, but it does still have a little bit of the white residue. Now I'm going to take a couple strips of the leftover purple and cut them into 2 longer pieces, about 10 inches long. And they were about 5 inches wide. I'm going to fold them in half. And then I'm not a sewer. I can, but I don't have a sewing machine and I don't like to sew. So I'm just a hot gluer. And I'm going to hot glue just the one side. And I do that to both of them. And now I'm going to turn them right side out. Right now they're wrong. I'm going to make them right because I want the edge on the inside. And so since it was such a skinny a piece, these are going to be arms, by the way. I used the toothbrush that I had there that I do for painting sometimes. Then I trim the ends off a little bit because of the fuzzies. Boom, both done. You can see that it looks like a nice hem. Now I'm going to take only one end and fold it like I'm wrapping a present, and then fold it down, and then I'm going to glue that end. And I'm going to do that to both of those. Like I said, they will be the arms. I'm going to take some polyfill. This was out of old pillows. I haven't bought this single piece of polyfill in my whole life. I've got it from old pillows. That toothbrush came in handy again, and I stuffed my arms. Now we're going to work on our bottom piece. You notice I've got some toolie, some purple and black tulle there. I cut them about 17 inches, and I think I cut about 6 or 7. And then I laid the black down first, and this is on the big bottom of the pumpkin stack, and I just kind of crisscrossed it. And now I'm laying the purple sparkly on top of it. This is the bottom of my my witch, and it's going to go under her skirt to make her skirt poofy. And then I'm going to take the black and white witch material, and that'll go over the top. I'm taking that spray glue again by Elmer's and spraying the center part and the pumpkin, and then I'm kind of flipping it over, and my mat went with it, and I'm a hot mess. And I'm just spraying the top, sprayed it real good. I'm going to cut it in quarters so that I can take it and fold it underneath like I did when I did the middle pumpkin with the purple material. And then I made sure it was sprayed real good, clipped it on, and I literally let this go overnight. Now to the hat. I'm getting all that tinsel glitter stuff off because I'm going to cover it with that leather from the Dollar Tree, the faux leather. So I was just trying to figure me a piece out. You have no idea how much of this I edited out because this was another hot mess right here. Like, oh my Lanta. So I just get it started with the hot glue, and then, I glued it all on there. It's there. Now I'm cutting these little ends tabs off because I don't want those. Now I'm going to cover the bottom. I make a square, cut it, snip it, so that I can put the cone part down through and then lay that down. And it kind of also makes some points on the bottom ridge of the headband, which I thought was pretty cool. Now I'm just going to glue that piece down all the way around. And it is pretty hot, but not too bad. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to just snip pieces because, when things are round, it's not going to fold precisely. So I'm snipping some extra off as well. And then I'll take each one of those pieces and then put a little glue on it and fold it down. And I'm going to do that all the way around. And I keep snipping a little bit off as I go just to make it shorter. But this makes it to where you can fold it and it doesn't get a bunch of wonky knots and stuff like that. So there we go. My hat is covered with leather. And Moose has joined us again for another adventure. I'm just wiping it off. That's the head of the witch. And you see it fits on top. There's her body. She got a purple shirt. Now, the smaller pumpkins, these are just foam pumpkins that came on a stick from the Dollar Tree. I've got cashew again to match the head. I'm going to paint this one and the other one. And you can see there is a little bit of different color. Those are going to be the hands in just a minute. While those are drying, this is the next day, I'm going to finish up the bottom. And so I'm working on her skirt. I am taking the material and I'm going to hot glue the material on. I'm just going to put some all the way around and then I'm pushing it down really tight on all the corners and hold it. I held it forever. Now I got some pinking shears and I'm just going to cut a big circle all the way around. The pinking shears make the jagged edge just so that it keeps it from raveling so bad, and it does give it a little bit nicer of appearance. Then I'm going to glue my purple on top of my bottom, and then my top on top of my middle. So I've got my head on top, my body in the middle, and my bottom on my bottom. I'm going to glue my arms on where I made those folds and glued them. I'm going to glue them right between where I glued the head to the body. Got those on. I'm going to show you my brooms will attach to that later. Now, this is going to be her hair. I went with this mop from the Dollar Tree because it had the gray in it. And I thought, it kind of looks kind of cool because it looks kind of like all matted together, kind of like dreadlocks, I guess. And I'm just taking it and I'm folding loops. And I'm making them different lengths at the one end at the bottom, but keeping them all together in my hand, just like that. So they're all different lengths. Then I've got some little zip ties from the Dollar Tree, and every bit of this stuff has been in my stash forever. Craft your stash. Yes, I did. Every bit of this was in my stash. Bought nothing. Then, once I get that zip tied, I'm going to glue them to the top. I made 3 bundles, 3 big bundles, 2 on the side and then the one on the back. And then the little bit that's left, I'm going to make some loops again, but I'm making these smaller loops to be like her bangs that'll be in front of her face. And then I'll just do the same thing. Zip tie it, snip that off. Now we're going to glue them all on. I'm going to glue my sides on first, I think. And I'm constantly fluffing her skirt. I was fascinated with it. I glued her bangs on first. Yes, I glued the bangs on, the shorter loops. Then I glued the sides on. And now the other side. And then I left the back for last, which were the longest pieces. And then I just made sure there was plenty of glue, and I held all that down. And you can see how that front, her bangs were shorter there a little bit. And now I've decided I was going to leave them looped like that, but then I decided, no, I'm going to cut all these loops. So I went all the way around and cut all the loops. Oh, look at there. Gracie's decided to join us now. So all loops are cut. Now I'm thinking about my hat. You can see we're getting there. Hat's going to go on top. I'm going to decorate my hat first before I go any further. White tulle from the stash from Christmas 2 years ago. Dollar Tree, though. That ribbon from Dollar Tree. Take my white sparkly tulle, and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom like a headband and just tie it in a knot. And then I'll also take a little bit of glue with my glue pen. That glue pen's amazing, y'all. That thing is like the best thing ever. I love that thing for doing small, detailed stuff. Get you one. So I got that down, and then I was going to cut a little bit of it off, but then I really liked it hanging down, and that's going to be the side, the part that's hanging down. It could have been the back, but I wanted it to be seen, so it went down the side. Now I'm going to take some of my extra material, the purple and the witch's material of her skirt, and I'm making a shaggy bow, and I'm putting in some of that cute little ribbon to give it some more pops of color. It had the blue in it and the white and the black, but with the orange and the green, that brought out some more color. And then I just took an extra piece of the ripped fabric and tied it in the middle, and then I shake it out a little bit, and then I'm trimming the ends of just the ribbon. I didn't worry about the strips of material or anything. And that material, when I cut it, I just snip a little bit, and then I ripped it right off. Snip and rip, snip and rip. And I'm going to glue that right on top of where I tied the knot of my white tulle that I put around the headband of the hat. And there we go. And then I'm just trimming some of the pieces up. Again, not even, but somewhat kind of even. The white tulle is still longer. It's like it's going to be on the side like that. See? I liked it on the side. I thought that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to play with her hair because I'm going to take, oh, look, it's not just a witch. Guess what it's going to be? I'm gluing some of those bangs down and then pushing some of them to the side, and I'm gluing that pumpkin. That's her nose. And then I got a couple little extra scraps of the mop. I'm gluing them under the nose just to kind of fill in a little bit of gap there. And I fluff and fluff and fluff. Now we're going to officially glue the hat down. I put the hat on so I knew where I wanted the nose. Glued the nose first. And now I'm hot gluing the hat to the top of her head. And there she is. And then I play. And then I'm thinking, oh, let me play with her broom. Notice I haven't got her hands on yet. Yeah, go figure. I do things all out of order. Anyway, found those brooms at Dollar Tree. Now, those I did buy just recently because I have been looking for those for, oh my gosh, forever now. So I'm taking that same ribbon that I used in the top of her hat in the shaggy bow. I put a little bit around the broom where that other fabric was, ribbon that came with it that I didn't like. And then I just took a piece of the purple, and then I decided, oh, it needs a piece of the witch material too, because, you know, I've got to add every single detail in the whole wide world. And I used those to tie around the loop bow that I made, and now I'm going to glue that at the top of the broom to kind of fancy it up a little bit. And there's her broom. Okay, now here's the two pumpkins. Now we're going to get to her hands. Going to use that same cashew chalk paint. And I painted those, and those are drying. These roses found at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to add some little bit more embellishments here because, you know, I never do anything in order, like I said. I was just going to put one on top of her shaggy bow, but then I decided, nope, I want all three, but not the black since she had the black hat. So I just put the orange, the purple, and the white. And then I made her a little belt with that ribbon, but I forgot to record that part, but there it was. And so I added a little rose to that too. Now her hands are going to go on. I decided it worked better if I kept it in the little stick skewer part that they came on to shove up her arm. That helps so much. And then I'm just using my glue pen, and I just kind of tucked the fabric and then got the hot glue under it and smushed it to the pumpkin. And that's her hand. And then decided, well, now she needs a little trim around her arm like the cuff of a sleeve. So, using that ribbon again, and I do that with both arms. I do give her both her hands. I do give her cuffs on both sleeves, but I only show you one. I figure you don't want to see all that. And then I'm always fluffing her hair and fluffing her bow and fluffing her skirt. I just can't help myself. Ooh, I found this feather in my stash of my Halloween stuff. Had that for a couple years, and I thought that just looked so cool. So I stuffed that in a headband. And then I ended up I had the sticker on the shaggy bow part, but I took the sticker and I ended up putting it up on her feathers in a minute. I'm getting her broom glued to her hands right now. You can see I added a rose to her broom in the middle of the bow. I'm going to kind of tuck it in the crook of her arm, kind of like she's holding it. So I'm going to glue it right there. And after I get it glued, I take one of those clips from the Dollar Tree to hold her arm shut, as you can see. And then I also glued the bottom to the bottom pumpkin. Then you could just see I moved the sticker up on her hat there a little bit. And there she is, all beautiful. You'll see her later, guys. Okay, now it's going to go fast and furious. Here's a wooden pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. I got all the paper off, all the embellishments off. Then I painted it with some plaster all over, back, front, sides. Now I got a little kitty from the Dollar Tree. Little kitty going to be black. Make sure you get the edges and all the good stuff. I painted the front and the back. Now I'm going to take the pumpkin orange by Waverly, and I'm taking a fan brush to distress because I saw somebody else do it, and I thought, wow, that looks pretty cool, and I wanted to try it. Well, it does work. I like it, but not as much as I like my old chippy brush. So out comes the old chippy distressing brush, and down to town I go, all over. I really get the sides really good. This is going to be a little sign that goes with my little gnome witch. And then I decided, well, now that's too much orange. So then I get a smaller chippy brush, distressing brush, and get the plaster back out and go back over the orange. Then I get the orange and go back over the plaster. And this went on forever, so I did cut a lot of that out. Kitty's going to go on the side, as you can see. I take the little distressing chippy brush, made the little kind of lines on the pumpkin. I'm going to glue my kitty to the side. I trace it with a pencil so I know where to put the glue. And I made that, I'm a haunt mess, that came off Cricut Design Space, if you have access to that. And I just printed that off on my Cricut and made it easy for myself. If you don't have a Cricut, you can write it. Use letters from Dollar Tree. I got wiggly eyes, y'all. I didn't realize there were two different sizes in the wiggly eyes. I got a small one and a big one. I died laughing when I pulled it out, not realizing they were different. It worked. I loved it because I'm a little crazy myself. Okay, now I'm making whiskers. I am using some floral wire. That's silver. And you can see I got a little pink button out of my stash. And I kind of weeded it through the holes that were in the button. And now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of making them wonky. I'm bending them back and forth like they're all fried. And then I cut them a little bit to make them all kind of the same length. And I keep playing with it. See, there you go. And I'm going to glue that to his dose. And, oh, Gracie's joining us again. I'm going to use a toothpick and my Fix-All glue that you get at the Dollar Tree. And, oh, and now here's mousse. That's such great fun. This sign matches me perfectly. And I didn't hot glue that. I used the Super Bond big Fix-It-All glue from Dollar Tree. Anyway, I used the toothpick because I didn't want a lot of glue and I didn't want it oozing everywhere. So if you dip your toothpick in it and then take your toothpick and wipe it on the back of whatever you're gluing, that works. Then I put another bow, added another rose. There we go. Welcome to Craft Your Stash, everybody. It's hosted by Tasha at Sunflower Design. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me try that again. Sunflower Tasha DIYs and Sons Arts. We are having a giveaway, y'all, a $50 Amazon gift card. Here's how you enter. Watch our videos. Well, yeah, we want you to subscribe, absolutely, but you got to make sure you comment to all of us. Okay, after all that hot mess, here's another project. I'm taking one of them hollow foam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree that's been in my stash you saw earlier. Took my knife and I just cut the top off. They're glued together. It's like two separate pieces. So I took my glue pen and I hot glued in the crack on the inside just to make sure it does not fall apart on me. Then I also took a fingernail file, if you didn't know you could do this, and you can kind of sand it off to get all the little scraggly pieces off. Anyway, painting my pumpkin black, and yes, I'm using the makeup brushes from Dollar Tree. Here's 3 smaller pumpkins from the Dollar Tree that come in a pack of 6. And then I'm putting them on a stick just to make them easier to paint. There's my plaster. I'm going to paint these 3 pumpkins in plaster. Everybody gets 2 coats. And while they dry, I stick them on the phone. Now, these guys are some smaller pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and I also have some of that vase filler from the Dollar Tree. Painted those with lots of different colors. This is going to be a cauldron. I've got my polyfill again. First, I put a couple plastic bags in my cauldron to just fill it and not waste my polyfill. And then I put my polyfill on top to make it kind of like steam kind of coming out of it, like the bubbles. I've got some clear ornaments here that are plastic. I got them from Michael's the other day for half off. And there were like 3 different sizes in there. I cut the ends off of them. I am now taking my 3 plaster pumpkins, the medium-sized ones, and those are his feet. I glued those on the bottom. Now I'm taking the hazelnut color Waverly chalk paint, got my chippy brush, and I'm kind of just wiping it all over the polyfill a little bit to give it a little bit of a brownish tint. Not totally, but a little bit, okay? Wiping that paint off my black pumpkin. Now I'm gluing all these on. The clear ones obviously are kind of like bubbles. Now you're probably thinking, why in the world did she paint all the balls and all the little pumpkins orange and brown and hazelnut and cashew? And then why does she have all those little tiny pumpkins out of some potpourri pumpkin pinecone stuff from Dollar Tree? And why is she gluing that all over her polyfill? Why is she putting all this in her witch's cauldron? Because my witch is making a spiced latte. She's making a spiced latte brew. Pumpkin spiced latte, baby. It's pumpkin spice season. So anyway, I just hot glued all of those on, and this is just however you want to do it. I glued the clear ornaments on, then all the pumpkins and the styrofoam balls, and then the potpourri pumpkin things, and every bit of that came from Dollar Tree except the clear ornaments. That came from Michael's. They're on sale. Here they are. Okay, now she doesn't know. She looks all pretty, right? But she doesn't know if she wants to be a good witch or a bad witch. Because she wants to serve everybody her pumpkin spice latte because it's pumpkin spice season. But she's kind of a hot mess. Like her kitty. And this pumpkin spice latte looks really good, right? But, oh, look what she got. She got some poison. So she is and she love being witchy like her sticker. So she don't know what she want to do. She don't know if she want to be good or bad. She's torn, y'all. Oh, y'all, I had so much fun making her. Took me a long time. I know I blew through that really, really fast, but you can slow it down. Okay, full disclaimer on me and my girl here. If I went too fast in creating her, or you think I cut too many parts out, that's because it probably was for the best. I was the hot mess on this one. Sorry if my phone's shaking. I'm using my left hand and I'm not a lefty. Anyway, it might be better just for you to go get the parts and try to figure her out on your own and do your own thing, because I cut out a whole lot of making her. It took me a long time, like 3 nights, and it shouldn't have taken me that long. And I'm sure some of the things I did leave in the video, some of you are watching and going, why in the tarnation did she do it that way? This is because I don't know what I'm doing. I was just trying to use my pumpkins and make a cute little gnome witch. So I got her done and she looks okay, but don't take her apart and look at all the inside details, because you're probably kind of scared. Anyway, love y'all. If you like my video, please like, please subscribe. Everybody's liking, and I've gotten some great comments and some great views on my pumpkin spindles that I just did. But guys, subscribe. Subscribe if you like what you see. And if you like my crazy, subscribe. I love y'all. Bye. Talk to you later. Go to the links in my description box, guys, to go check out Sunflower Tasha DIYs, Sun's Arts, and our playlist link to see all these great ladies. Comment on everybody for a chance to win in our giveaway.